Good morning, my dear friends. In this session, we are going to discuss about important objective questions from Management of Beneficial Insects course. The first question is: the weevil employed to kill water hyacinth is, that is, hydrophilic weevil Neochatina bruci. Bees are capable of flying at a speed of 25 to 30 km/h. The comb of the damer bee is made up of a dark material is known as cerumen. The honey bee, which is cultivated in Newton beehive in India, is, that is, Indian bee Apis cerana indica. The father of modern beekeeping in India is A.S. Atwal. The test insect used in the advanced genetic research is fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster. Indian Bee Journal is published by All India Beekeepers Association, Kolkata, West Bengal. The path through which silk from China passed many countries and reached to the Europe is known as Silk Road. What is used to dust on molting worm for quick drying of the bed, that is, lime powder. The number of kilograms of cocoon required to obtain 1 kg of reeled silk is known as rendita. Rendita. In female mulberry silkworm, sex glands present on the ventral side of 8th abdominal segment are known as Izivada glands. Lac collected before swarming is known as airy lac. The appendage lost during first molt are regained by which either male or female nymph during last molting in lac is, that is, male lac, it regain it lost parts or lost appendages. Holoptic eyes are present in drone honeybees. Cooling of the colonies by the bees is done by fanning of the wings. The wild and cultivated flora, which are source of food material to the honeybees, are collectively known as bee pasturage or bee forage or bee flora. The fruit of mulberry plant is known as sorosis. The mulberry planting system adopted in Nilgiri area or slopy land is angular system of planting. World Bee Day is celebrated on every year on May 20. Which honeybee construct parallel comb? That is, Indian bee and Italian bees construct parallel comb. The equipment made of a tin or copper container which is attached with a leather bellow used to subdue or calm down the bees while handling is known as smoker. The major constituent of honey is, that is, fructose. The rearing house as well as the appliances used in rearing silkworm should be disinfected with 2% formalin. Major constituent of the silk filament is fibroin. The process of transferring the ripen silkworm larvae to the mountages is known as mounting. Paraffin vapor used in silkworm rearing to maintain humidity. To maintain humidity, paraffin vapors are used in silkworm rearing. Dermastid beetle attacks which life stages of silkworm? That is, egg-laying moth as well as cocoon. Appearance of irregular dark brown spot or black spots on the body of silkworm larvae indicates symptoms of protozoan disease, that is pebrine disease. The sex differentiating gland in male silkworm larvae is Herold's gland, a small milky white body. Which state in India is the leading producer of mulberry silk? That is Karnataka. The place where the disease-free layings of silkworms are produced is known as grainage. The flockery disease in silkworm is caused by bacteria. Largest producer of the lac in the world is India. In sericulture, one denier represents weight of 9,000-meter long silk thread. Pollination by butterfly is known as psychophily. The state which ranked first in lac production in India is Jharkhand. For chalky rearing, which leaf method is adapted to pick the correct leaves? That is glossy leaf method. Mother moth examination is done to detect which disease of silkworm, that is pebrine disease of silkworm. The shellac is processed into what? By heat process or solvent process, that is shellac. The shellac is processed into shellac by heat process or solvent process. Lac contain what percent of resin? Contains 68% of resin. The study of insects in relation to the crime investigation is known as forensic entomology. What is the characteristic feature of mulberry plants? That is the presence of idioblast, an enlarged epidermal cells in the leaf is the characteristic feature of mulberry plants. The word sericulture is derived from Greek word that is serikos. It means silk. The process of killing the pupae inside the cocoon to prevent the moth emergence is known as stifling. Golden yellow color silk is produced by Muga silkworm Antheria azama. The female pupa of mulberry silkworm is identified with X-shaped line or fine longitudinal line on the 8th abdominal segment. In sericulture, disinfection of rearing house and appliances is done by 2% formalin. Mulberry silkworm eggs changes to a color prior to 1 day of hatching, That stage is known as blue egg stage. Larvae of Eublemma amabilis and Holococcera pulveria are the predator on lac insect and lac also. The type of parasitism where many individual of a species attack a single host is known as superparasitism. Expand the followings. IINRG, Indian Institute of Natural Resins and Gums. NBB, National Bee Board. TRIFADE, Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India Limited. CBRTI, Central Bee Research and Training Institute. APEDA, Agricultural Products Export Development Authority. FSSAI, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. KVIC, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. CSRTI, Central Sericulture Research and Training Institute. The substance extracted from dipteran maggots or fruit flies useful for wound healing is allantoin. Fertilizer schedule for mulberry irrigated row system is 300 is to 120 is to 120 NPK. The Tukra disease in mulberry garden is transmitted by means of pink mealybug, that is Macronellicoccus hirsutus. Hazel of white disease is caused by endoparasitic tracheal mite, that is Acarapis woodi. The book Bee and Beekeeping in India is written by Abrol. The enzyme which contained in the saliva acts upon sucrose of the nectar and convert it into dextrose and levulose is, that is invertase. National Bee Board is located at New Delhi. Basket type of traditional honey hives are known as scapes. The hive tool used to reduce the size of the brood chamber during the dearth period is dummy division board. The most ideal planting system for mulberry cultivation under rain-fed situation is pit system. Mulberry variety suitable for intercropping in coconut orchard is Sahana. Royal jelly contains a compound which exhibits antibiotic activity against bacteria and fungi is 10-hydroxydecanoic acid. The insect pollinator of oil palm is weevil, that is Elaedobius camerunicus. Elaedobius camerunicus. The pheromones secreted by the queen honeybee useful for maintaining colony cohesion and sterility of the worker bee is queen substance. Middle leg of the honeybees are modified for the purpose of picking wax plates. The resinous substance exuded by birds, leaves, and other parts of various trees and shrubs used for sealing cracks and crevices of honeycomb is propolis. Equipment which is used to prevent the movement of queen bees from brood chamber to the super chamber is known as queen excluder. This is the queen excluder. The beautiful cardamom red dye, the beautiful cardamom red dye is obtained from the dried and powdered body of which insect? That is cactus scale insect Dactylopius coccus. A method of reproduction in which a part of the colony migrates to a new site to make a new colony is known as swarming. The ideal soil pH for mulberry cultivation should be around 6.2 to 6.8. Scientific name of the wax beetle. The predator of the honeybee is Platybolum alliviarum. The biofertilizer used for initiation of the root on the mulberry cutting is Azospirillum. Smallest honeybee is Apis florea. Largest honeybee is Apis dorsata. Lac insect belong to the family Caridae. Non-mulberry silkworm belong to the family Saturnidae. The most important insect used as bioindicator for the climate change is butterflies. The bee space for movable frame hive is proposed by L.L. Longstreth. The space required between any two frames for bees to move around is known as bee space. The honey yield of Apis serena indica is 5 kg per hive per year. The mite used for the management of water hyacinth is Orthogalumna terebrontis. Orthogalumna terebrontis. Which honeybee is called as a darling of beekeeping? That is Apis mellifera, Italian honeybee. Honeybee sting is a modified form of ovipositor. Type of reproduction in lac insect is ovoviviparity. Royal jelly is secreted from which organ of the honeybees? That is pharyngeal glands. The honeybee larvae is fed continuously with royal jelly up to 8th day, and such cells are further packed with royal jelly and are sealed to develop queen honeybees. Aleppo gall is produced in oak trees. Royal jelly lacks vitamin E. Plant which supplies good quantity of pollen to the bees is sorghum. Plant which is good source of nectar to the bee is tamarind. Bees generally keep the hive temperature around 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. Honeybee possess how many pairs of wax glands? Totally 4 pairs of wax glands, that is on 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th abdominal segments. Organisms which feed on dead and decaying organisms are known as scavengers. The queen bees leave the hive only during mating, flight and swarming. Which mulberry planting system accommodate more number of plants for unit area? That is triangular system. Suitable mulberry variety exclusively for late-age silkworm is G4. Trichogramma is a egg parasitoid. Easel of white in honeybee is caused by tracheal mite, that is Acarapis udi. Bald brood in honeybee is caused by lesser wax moth, that is Achoria grisella. An example for scavenger is chafer beetle. Lantana camara weed is managed by Ophiomia lantana fly. Cellular term related to egg laying. Few mulberry varieties are V1, G4, S1, S1 635, S146. Causal organism of Flaceri disease in silkworm is bacteria. Causal organism of Graceri disease in silkworm is virus. Major constituent of the silk is fibroin. Important pollinators are bomber species, honeybee, sylphid flies. Honeybee chalkroot disease causal organism's scientific name is Ascosphaera apis. Honeybee stone root disease causal organism's scientific name is Aspergillus flavus. Partenium weed managing bioagent is Zygogramma bicolorata. The most important insect used for advanced genetic studies is Drosophila melanogaster. Tukra disease in mulberry is caused by pink mealybug, that is Macronellicoccus hirsutus. Chandrika is a type of mountage. Block boxing of silk egg is done for uniform hatching. Prepupal parasitide of sugarcane topshoot borer is Isotoma javensis. Thank you.